This weekend, we got UFC 313 live from Las Vegas. Jump in on all the action with my partners, DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of UFC. Don't be intimidated. It is super easy for first-timers to get started. Try betting on something simple, like which fighter's going to win. And if you're new to DraftKings, listen up. All new customers who bet just $5 get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. When you sign up, use the promo code SONNEN. Staying on the action, use your $150 in bonus bets on DraftKings same-game parlays. This will give you a shot at an even bigger payout. You can combine multiple bets together from the same fights. Love the thrill of live betting? DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on in-progress fights just as they happen, which will make watching the fights even more exciting. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and still have a shot at big cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. New customers, use my promo code SONNEN. Bet just $5 on any wager and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code SONNEN only at DraftKings Sportsbook. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Volkanovski weighed in on Pereira versus Ankalaev. And Volk said something interesting, right? Like if anybody has the right to an opinion, it's Volkanovski. Volkanovski's taken out more men than smallpox. So, okay. Volk took Pereira, but Volk went further. Volk took Pereira by knockout, okay. But Volk went further. Volk took Pereira by knockout prior to championship rounds. Prior to reaching the 4th and 5th round, Volk believes that Pereira will finish the fight. Now, why would Volk put himself in that position? Why? Why has it got to be in the first 3? I mean, what kind of prediction is that? You could take the biggest lock on a card in terms of what DraftKings is putting the money on. If you state how he's going to do it, and you state the round that he's going to do it, it wouldn't matter if you were betting on a 10-1 favorite. You're going to win a bunch of money. Like that changes the odds so dramatically. So Volk doesn't just have Pereira. He has Pereira by finish, specifically knockout, inside of 15 minutes. Is he right? Most of our minds wouldn't work that way. But most of our minds haven't had the success and the experience that Volkanovski has, who has been in 3-round fights, and he's been in a bunch of 5-round fights. He's won fights inside of the preliminary regulation, meaning 15 minutes. He's won a bunch of fights in the 4th and 5th round. Like, it's a very interesting observation. And why is he making it? Oh, and by the way, do you agree? If you think that Pereira's just going to go out there and land some shots and Ankalaev can't take him, Ankalaev can't roll them, he can't flow back. Yeah, okay, he's going to go to sleep. That's true. Sean Strickland was saying that about Ankalaev. It was quite endearing. It was quite endearing because it was one of the rare Sean Strickland compliments. Sean said, I'm not scared of Alex Pereira. I'm just aware that at some point his hand is going to hit my face and I'm going to go to sleep. Like in Sean talk, you're not going to get a bigger compliment, but it is interesting. It is interesting to think of, because I can't think of many Pereira fights that have gone that way, as dominant of a striker as he is. I could just go to his very last fight. He was outstruck in his last fight. Do you think? Do you agree with that? I mean, he stopped the fight with strikes, but he lost every round that was completed, and it was due to strikes. So do you agree with me? Did he get outstruck? I would fully understand how you could push back on that statement, but I also think that I'm making a point there. He got outstruck by Adesanya. I don't know that he greatly outstruck Strickland. I think the final punch count was 1-0. Pretty close. But you see the difference, don't you? And if Pereira is to finish Ankalaev, that's not hard to believe at all. Both of those guys can sleep the other one. That's true. But to do it that quickly, in many ways speaks to a lack of adversity. Like Pereira has had to do the rope-a-dope. Many of the tough guys do. You got to be a certain level of tough to enact and invoke that strategy, which is to slow this guy down. I'm going to absorb so many punches that he's going to be tired from throwing them. That is quite literally what Pereira did to Khalil Roundtree. He had a rope-a-dope him. And you got to be a certain level of badass to do that. But if I'm understanding Volkanovski correctly, that's not the situation that Pereira is going to find himself in. And for Pereira to go out, knock out, and not see outside of 15 minutes is a pretty dominant performance. That's pretty high praise. And what do those 15 minutes look like, by the way? How much are you guys believing? And please leave me comments. I sincerely, when I ask you these questions, want to hear what you think. How much of this is gamesmanship by Ankalaev saying, I'm going to outstrike you? How much is gamesmanship by Ankalaev saying, I'm not even going to try to take you down, and I don't need to take you down? How much of that is gamesmanship? Or do we really think that Ankalaev is going to go out and stand with him? It's not as though guys haven't had good minutes, and it's not as though Ankalaev isn't wildly successful in his own regard with his hands and his feet. It's a very compelling part of the match. Because if you go the other way, if you go, oh no, hey, it's all gamesmanship, Ankalaev's going to take him down the first time he tries. Make sure you know what you're saying there. Because many guys have done that. Many guys have said one thing and done the other, but if they go for that takedown, if they go for that great double cross, the big takedown, the one they were planning all along, and they don't get it, they will fall apart in that exact moment. Anybody that's ever played the media the way Ankalaev is playing it and saying, I'm going to draw a line and saying, I'm going to stand up and you'll shoot before I shoot. Anyone that's ever done that and then done it as a double cross, thought it was cute, thought it was funny, went for the big takedown. When they got met with resistance and did not get that takedown, those fights ended within 30 seconds. So it's a very risky game. If Ankalaev does it, he gets him down. Great, we'd all understand. It's a unified rules. But if he doesn't, he is a human being. And sports psychology is no different than any other psychology. When you find yourself in a spot harder than you thought it would be, you will unravel very quickly.